Hey, you're listening to Faith Talk Live. I'm Rick Probst.
And I'm Dan Ratcliffe.
Actually, you're doing more than listening. You're watching on Zoom there. And the guy there that looks like, I don't know, how would you describe that, Dan, that background there? What would you say?
Well, he looks like a Backstreet Boy that's got off the street and he's on the farm, is what he looks like.
That couldn't be
Yeah.
more accurate. My wife makes fun of me every day when I walk out wearing farm clothes. She's like, "Who are you? What are you?"
That's funny. Paul Taylor Smith, he's one of our faves. He really is. And we've known him for a number of years. And I think the first show that he was on, Dan, was it at Catalyst and he did all the Monty Python voices? Or
No,
was
it was in studio, and we bonded over Monty Python. It was awesome.
We still get postcards, letters, emails, billboards say, "Where is Paul Taylor Smith?"
Yeah.
I've seen him right down I-85. It's pretty.
It's good to see you. How are you? How's the fam?
The fam is great. Just got done with Roman and Graceland's annual doctor's appointments, so all is well. Got
Good.
some shots. It was super fun.
Did they handle that well, the shots?
Oh, not a chance. But we did give them lollipops afterward, which
That's good.
cleared everything up.
That's good.
You know, it seems like only yesterday, and I mean this sincerely, that they were babies, baby babies.
Yes. Oh, yeah. Well, here's the good news. The last time Roman went into the doctor, he was in the 1 percentile of height, right? He was going to be the tiniest little bean of a guy. But now he is in the 42nd percentile. He's not going to be like daddy, right? I'm the shortest man in any room, and it's all good. But Roman, it seems like just yesterday he was a baby, but now he is like a 2.5-year-old He-Man. Like, he is stronger than most full-grown men. He is wild as can be. He's like my little farmer cowboy. We go out to the farm and do work together a lot.
I was going to say, you have him working on the farm,
No doubt.
getting them cows out of the way and
Getting
pulling up
all the
corn and
cows.
everything. Yeah, okay, good.
Well, his specialty is chopping wood.
all right. You got an axe in his hand already.
Oh, no doubt. He will carry the axe for me. He will chop wood. He will do whatever it takes to get the job done.
All right.
Love it. Paul Taylor Smith, he's on his farm there in Athens, and we wanted to talk to you a little bit about Forever Free. I think a few years back, it was the inception of Forever Free. We had you in the studio. We talked about it. I think we may have even played a rough cut or two. I'm not sure. Since then, you guys have been just crushing it. What's new with Forever Free?
Man, everything. I feel like everything is new with Forever Free because it's a dream that God dropped in our hearts about 5 years ago, that we began walking in about 4 years ago, and it has just taken crazy and wild shape. And so whenever you ask what's new with Forever Free, I could go on for hours and hours. I'll just try to hit the high points. So the Forever Free team, which started with about like 5 to 8 people, has now grown into this thing we call the Forever Free family. We host monthly gatherings just for the family, and we have between 40 and 50 people attending each of those every month. Except for in this season, because we aren't getting together. We're just doing some Zooms. We did have a little Easter service on the farm that I'll tell you about in a little bit, but the new things are as follows. We are releasing a single on May 1st, an album on May 15th that is going to be such fun and amazing music that represents the whole family, which we love. In this time when, no kidding, in about 24 hours, probably somewhere in the ballpark of 30 events got canceled, right? It was right around that time where everything and everyone was shutting down. The NBA shut down and all that. And my phone starts ringing off the hook and I'm like, oh no, and and so they were like, hey, we got to cancel. And some people were like, yo, let's just postpone. But it is what it is. And so the first thing we tried to do was not get nervous or fearful. We have this prayer that has shaped our lives over the past year, and we started praying it. God, give us eyes to see, ears to hear, and hands to receive.
Mm.
And that's all we knew how to do, is face the Lord and say, what do you want us to do? And he started dropping all these thoughts and ideas in our head and in our heart. And one of the coolest ideas that I think our team has ever had is, hey, if we're unable to physically go to a place to minister to a specific group of students or adults, then why don't we do it virtually? And why don't we offer something for absolute free to everyone who's interested in taking advantage of it? So what I'm trying to tell you is that we created something called the Forever Free Virtual Tour. And there are 10 dates that we're doing tour stops all across the United States. And the first date begins tonight. We'll be serving about 7 churches tonight across the U.S. And currently we've had just over 100 signups, I believe.
Wow.
That's great.
And we're just praying that more and more people would come, because the cool part about it is it's pretty impossible to get our whole team together in one space to do worship and live worship for these 10 tour stops. So what we asked the Lord is, hey, how do you want us to pull this off? And it just so happens that a year ago, April of 2019, our team gathered in my basement in Suwanee a day before we sold our house, and we did a worship night, and it was filmed and recorded. And we've taken the film and audio and all of that from that night, and we're using it for our virtual tour, because it's like amazing God-breathed experience. And we've now edited it all together and made an experience that's about 45 minutes long for people to just enjoy and exhale and feel the presence of God. So those are the biggest things I think right now with Forever Free. There are a few other massive things that I may tell you about in just a bit, but like those are the biggest things right now on our minds that God's doing, and we're excited.
We're talking with Paul Taylor Smith now. Paul, how can folks find these virtual tours and take part and worship along with you guys?
Absolutely. Thank you for asking. So the easiest way is we've got a website, www.frvrfree.com, right? And there's a link at the top that says virtual tour. Click on that and you can sign up and hop in on one of the 10 dates. The link is actually frvrfree.com/virtual-tour, if you happen to remember that. Otherwise, you can go to our Instagram at frvr_free. The link is in our bio to just click and go straight there. It's on our Facebook, click and go straight there. And it's, that's probably the simplest way to stay up to date. And if you're more of a YouTuber, then just head over to YouTube and type in FRVR Free, and you'll see a series of videos that we're releasing that are all about this worship night that we've done and are making available. Here's some kids in the
Cool.
back.
Love that.
That's somebody back there.
That would be Roman Taylor Smith. He is.
Somebody's looking for you.
Yeah, that's
Who will someday be singing in Forever Free, no
Yes,
doubt.
you will.
no doubt. I think that was a prophetic word, Rick.
For you, it was prophetic. For somebody else, it might be pathetic. But anyway,
difference.
Paul Taylor Smith, seriously, one of our favorite guests and friends. We love you to pieces, Paul. We got to go in just a few. We've been talking to folks about the COVID-19 pandemic. It's affected us all in so many ways. Fortunately, none of us physically that I know of from the station and family, and we hope that's your case as well. How have you guys been doing, your family, the ministry, the Forever Friends family? How's everybody doing in the whole scheme of things?
Just so I know, how much time do I have to say this answer?
You got a couple minutes, as long as you want.
Okay.
Yeah.
I'll try to do it in 90 seconds.
All right.
I really believe that God spoke to us at the end of 2018 and told us what 2019 was supposed to look like in preparation for this very moment. So my friend Josh, who is a big part of Forever Free, he said, hey, listen, the Lord has told me that everyone wants to slay giants, but it seems that nobody wants to shepherd the sheep. This next year is all about shepherding the sheep
That's
and
so good.
pouring into this family. And that's obviously referencing the story of David. And so what we did in 2019 is we spent time just digging into shepherding the sheep and creating a system of core values that we wanted to live by for the rest of our lives. We spent very little time creating events, even creating music, like all of that kind of took a back seat to creating a foundation. And so we came away with a set of core values, which you can actually listen in on our podcast, the Forever Free podcast we have, which I would love to invite you guys to do that. But as we looked at this year and as COVID started happening, we were able to look straight at our value system and go, okay, what's core value number one? Freedom over fear. Okay, we're going to choose to walk in freedom and not give in to fear. And that was the biggest part about this whole thing is, hey, what's our foundation? How solid is it? Oh, it's rock solid. Let's stand on it. Let's not be swept away by the fear or worry that a season like this can bring. But at the same time, we're not going to ignore the fact that some really tough things are going on for a lot of people. And so that's why we're creating things like Virtual Tour to come into the homes of students who are struggling with loneliness and depression and anxiety and suicidal thoughts. And we want to bring them hope and joy and freedom. And so it's affected us heavily, but it's affected everyone heavily. And we just want everyone to know that we are all in this together and we are all standing with the very same Jesus, and he's going to walk us through the valley. Period. That's who he is.
I love Paul Taylor Smith. I love that guy.
Yes.
I love you guys.
I wish we could clone him. We could probably rule the world if we had about.
Hey, tell us real quick again, May 1st and May 15th, how can folks find the new Forever Free?
Yeah, it's going to be Spotify, Apple Music, our website, YouTube. It'll be basically anywhere you can find music. Please look it up. We'd be honored to have you listening along with us, because our lives have been changed by these songs, and we believe yours can too.
Can't wait to
Paul,
hear it.
let's do this once it's released, or maybe just before. Let's get together again, and we'll make a big deal about it. Just because it's you, and we love you to pieces. All right.
Hey, let's go. I don't know what that was, but let's do it.
That was interpretive dancing, which
love that. He has such an ointment, that guy.
What I
Hey,
majored in
listen,
college.
we got to take a break. We'll be right back. It is Faith Talk Live. I'm Rick Probst.
And I'm Dan Ratcliffe.
Stay right there.